Hey guys, it's Dave Ward here with thefitclubnetwork.com, and I'm going to be talking about Les Mills Combat today. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about the schedules that come with Combat. So if you either have the program already or maybe you're just thinking about picking it up, I want to give you some ideas of how you can pick the schedule that's going to work the best for you. So there are three schedules. I'm going to talk about the last schedule first, which is the Ultimate Warrior Hybrid Calendar. This schedule, you really only have a choice if you get the Ultimate Warrior Pack. Okay, so there are some extra workouts that come with the Ultimate Warrior Pack that you're not going to get if you buy the base pack. So obviously, if you don't get the workouts, this really isn't a schedule for you to consider. So that's the first thing to notice. The other two schedules, we have the Combat Warrior and what's called the Supreme Warrior workout. They're really pretty similar in all respects, basically. A couple of minor changes. The major difference between the two is that the Combat Warrior, which is the easier of the two, has an extra rest day. Other than that, they're pretty much the same. There's a couple of little tweaks here and there, but for the most part, they are the same. It's going to be the same progression of workouts to sort of ramp you up to get ready to do all this stuff. The Supreme Warrior is going to be a little more intense because it has an extra day added to it, whereas the Combat Warrior has a day of rest. Now, most people are going to jump straight to that Supreme Warrior workout, and I think that if you've done another program from Beachbody like Les Mills Pump or Insanity, or you're somebody who likes to work out 6 days a week, you're already conditioned to do that. I think that's fine. I don't think this is the type of workout that's really going to overwhelm people. However, something to think about really quickly, and this is sort of one of the considerations I have when I'm looking at fitness programs and how I'm going to make them work for me, is I like to do a lot of other stuff. For me, fitness is about function. I like to ride my bike, I like to surf, I'm going to do a couple triathlons next year, get back into that a little bit. So I need some flexibility with my workouts. So a 6-day workout schedule for me is really tough because I've got to think, okay, well, if I'm working out 6 days a week, when am I going to go ride my bike? Okay, so that's when a schedule like this Combat Warrior really appeals to me, and Les Mills Pump was the same way. Because you have rest days that are built in, so you get 2 rest days. Well, I want to work out 6 days a week because I happen to be kind of a fitness junkie. But what I can do on my rest day is use that day to go ride my bike or surf or do whatever other workouts that I like to do and whatever other workouts you like to do. So that's something to take into consideration. Just because it says rest here on the schedule doesn't necessarily mean it's a rest day. Now, if you're new to this whole thing, I would suggest that you do that schedule and that you take the extra rest day. Gives you flexibility too. If you're somebody who's really busy is another way. You know, you have a rest day, and let's say I talk to a lot of nurses or students, you know, and they have like crazy days where, you know, you may have a day where you've got a 13, 14-hour work shift scheduled, and you look at the schedule and it says Combat 60 on it. That's going to be a tough workout for you to get in when you're working, you know, a 14-hour day, and you should just acknowledge that and just move the rest day. So you got 2 rest days to build in, juggle them around a little bit. On those days that you have off, that's a great day to do your Combat 60 workout. Okay, so that's just a little bit about the schedule. I think for most people, if you're used to doing Beachbody programs, you know, like Insanity or something like that, and you really want to kill it, do this workout, the Supreme Warrior one. 1 rest day, you can still juggle that rest day, of course, but you get 1 rest day. This is going to really maximize your results using that base package. All right, really quickly, on the hybrid Ultimate Warrior plan. This is really cool. I like this for a couple of reasons. One of the workouts that comes with the Ultimate Warrior pack is the Inner Warrior Strength and Stretch, I think is what it's called. And it's basically a 22, I think, minute stretching routine. It adds that in 2 days a week, basically. So for 2 days a week, you're going to spend this extra 20 minutes. It's not like a yoga that I would say. It's not like just a sort of X stretch, really easy. It's pretty physical. I mean, I did the workout, and it was a good little workout, but focusing on flexibility, mobility, strength, I think all that stuff is really good. It's going to make you more effective when you do these workouts. If you've done any of the workouts, you know, in particular with the kicks and things like that, you need to have hip mobility and hip flexibility in order to, you know, really get your leg high and kind of jump around and do the things you need to do. And for most of us who spend our days sitting in a chair typing on a computer, that becomes really tough. So, you know, that's one thing that I think is great, that it adds in that Inner Warrior. Also adds in one of my favorite new workouts, which is Core Attack. Core Attack 20-minute core workout, very difficult, very difficult. A fun little workout though. that definitely attacks the midsection and kind of goes to work on that area. You're also going to do some core work as part of your base combat workouts just at the end of them, a lot like Les Mills Pump did. But you get to add that into the schedule, which I really, really dig. So there's my breakdown of the schedules and kind of giving you some thoughts about which one might be the best for you. If you want some more advice about this, or really have questions about combat and nutrition plan or any of that stuff, please do not hesitate to email me. My email address is info@thefitclubnetwork.com. And also, we have a challenge group that has started for people who are doing combat. You can find that by going to thewarriorschallengegroup.com. There'll be a little message on the screen here in just a second that talks about that. That's a Facebook group where we have just a bunch of people doing combat. They're starting at all different places with it, so you can jump in at any time, and you'll probably find a couple of people who are starting around the same time. We're going to have a big group starting on January 7th of 2013, just as the big first group. But if you're in before then, there's a bunch of people who are already in there now who have started. And if you're in there after then, we will continue to add people to that group so that it helps you get the most out of your combat program. All right, guys, that's it for now. I hope you're having a great day, and stay with the fight.